Hi, hello, hello. We have a new chapter of Kaguya-sama. This is scanlated by just some people from 4chan, and beforehand someone had mentioned that Jimini's box does really good scanlations of the series, but their version of the chapter hasn't come out yet, and I really want to just read it right now. So we're gonna read it right now. This is chapter 164. It's called Fujiwara Chika Wants to Love, which is very, very intriguing. So far, Chika-chan is the one that's been furthest from any sort of romantic plotline. For a while, I was getting on that Yuri shipping train with their Kohai on the morals committee that seems to have. There's this like running joke that she's very affectionate and admiring Chika-chan, and nobody can really figure out why. So I was like, ooh, could they possibly go down this route? But I don't know. It seems unlikely. There's even a recent chapter where Chika-chan straight up said that she was straight. Straight up said she was straight. So we're probably not getting Yuri end. What is going to happen? Recently, you guys have been treating me terribly. She noticed. I love the little narration here that just says she noticed. Normally it's like a paragraph like, what will come of this shocking revelation, or whatever, like something a little more substantial. She noticed. he just he just has to admit to it. You're right. We've been treating you terribly. I think of something to make you feel better, but I don't know how to support people who wear ball caps. uh, no, she should know by now. This is just the president. It's not like he was trying to sneak this her. He just genuinely has no idea how he's supposed to support someone this strange. Because they're all jerks. First you call my forehead big, then you call me shameless. Ah, see? She still has respect for you. But even still have, yeah. It's quite loaded to say I still have respect for you. It implies I still have respect for you despite blank blank blank. I still have respect for you even though nobody else does. Just that one word still adds so much venom to this statement. Only after Ishigami came that I was put into this position. Honestly, things were so peaceful before. Not true. Kaguya is the only one nice to me. Not true. So yeah, like before Ishigami came and the cast was expanded, and when it was just the three of them in the student council office, she did have much more of a position of power, I would say, in that she was usually just the instigator of a situation. Normally, their private make the other confess battles were happening so subliminally that she didn't even really realize anything was wrong. She could just go about her day in blissful ignorance of all of the conflict. And of course, yeah, Kaguya on many, many occasions has been extremely mean to her, either actually by doing something or just thinking extremely venomous thoughts. The door to outside of this room. You guys are the only ones who treat me like this. You guys are the only ones that play with me like this. Evaluate our opinions of each other. Therefore, today's game. This was all just for a game. She just wants to play some stupid game, and this was all just to bait them into doing it because they can't really say no now. They feel a little guilty, probably. It's hard to read their faces. They're all pretty inscrutable people. Kaguya's face in this top left panel here is like fantastic. She's just totally stone-faced. So it looks like this chapter isn't about some romantic plotline for Chika-chan, which would have been quite a shock, but instead is about her her wanting love from her peers, just wanting to be people to treat her a little kindly. Seems reasonable. The I love you game. Oh, so I think I know what this is. This is where you have to say I love you to someone, and if they react at all, then you win. If they can manage to hold off unreacting while you say I love you over and over again, then they win. It's classic in this genre. Face the person and say I love you. you get flustered, you lose. A simple game, yeah. If the person saying it gets flustered as well, that's an insta-loss. It's whoever gets flustered first, basically. Okay, so she's gonna play with Miko-chan. Oh, nice. Yuri end confirmed, perhaps. No, probably not, but I can dream. Oh, see, okay, Yuri end confirmed. Yuri end confirmed. Look, she got one-shotted. If you get one-shotted in this game, that means OTP. That's the true meaning of this game. Now, of course, the kind of running plot line of all of these chapters, no matter how far they get off course, is the fact that the president and Kaguya are secretly dating. And that it seems clear now that all of the activities of the student council really just revolve around love. And that this fact is just constantly on the verge of being exposed, which would lead to who knows what kind of calamity. So I'm sure they'll have to play the game with each other at some point. People who view me as an idiot, there's no way I can make you get embarrassed, right? Okay. Ishigama versus Fujiwara-senpai. Think about all the things that have happened up until now. Throughout the year, I've had some pretty bitter arguments with you. Even though you're harsh to me, you knew where to draw the line. You weren't trying to hurt me, right? It wasn't obvious, but I could tell. So even though we were always bickering, I felt comfortable by the fact that you still cared about me. I think this is a pretty accurate reading of Ishigami. You know, he puts up kind of a front of being very aloof and even cruel to honoring truth and blunt honesty above any sort of consideration for people's feelings. This is the front he wants to put up, mostly to protect himself. But we know deep down he's actually much more considerate and observant than that. Even now, even though you frustrate me, I'm always looking forward to our time together. Ooh, she varied it up again. Instead of just, I love you, she said, I like you. And I suppose this doesn't count as getting flustered. She's like blushing a little bit, but it's just a tactical blush. Ooh, yeah, he got flustered. Point for me, you totally suck at this. Wow, her face here is so demented. She's really getting into it. So it looks like maybe they're not playing it with each other. It's just going to be Fujiwara-san's gambit. Her gambit? No, what am I trying to say here? Her gauntlet. Her gauntlet. So, I don't know. I feel like, not excessively gloat whenever you win at something. Just don't like when people lie like that. Aw, it wasn't all a lie. Aw! So through this game, which he first proposed as being like kind of a ridiculous show of force to show just how intelligent and manipulative she could be, really, I think is her plan on telling each and every one of them just how much she actually appreciates them, so that maybe they can realize, maybe we should try to return these feelings better. Maybe we should act in accordance with how we really feel about you, and not just berate you and abuse you all the time. Huh! Huh! I got tricked that time! I got tricked that time! I thought she was saying, you know, I actually meant it when I said I look forward to our times together. But no, she was just doubling down. A two-hit combo. That's the part I like about you, Ishigami. It's not when people react this way, especially when it's from someone they interact with often. Makes sense. Ooh! The Miko-chan Ishigami matchup. Now this one has had some tension here and there. I feel like this is probably the ultimate route that they're both on. Of course, he's got his whole thing with Tsubame-senpai right now. But I don't know, I feel like it's going to go more in this direction. Like, both of these people are going to need romantic plot lines at some point, I would imagine, just because that's how these series go. So, I don't know. This is quite a blatant step forward in that direction, if they're going to go forward with this. Okay. Can he say it? I love you. Thank you. I also really like the recent Ishigami. So he got flustered back. He lost again. You even got countered and lost on your turn. Yeesh. Yeah, he just can't handle it. He's not built for this sort of game. He's been so stunted in human interaction. I don't know. I think I can do okay. I have a pretty good poker face. I can kind of reduce myself down to like a stone face in a lot of situations. Like anything could be happening right now, and I could look like this. It's a power. I think. I don't know. When have I actually really tested this? I don't know. I don't know. Could I do this? I don't know. Help me teach those girls a lesson. Okay, so the president gets involved. Squaring off against Chika-chan. And of course, he's worried about Kaguya's jealousness. And we see in this panel, Kaguya is 100% death mode. Her eyes totally black as she stares into some infinite void on the other side of the room. Just started dating Shimiya. If I get embarrassed here, oh no, let's break up. So it's roughly the same pattern that we've had throughout this entire series of one of them imagining the other's reaction if things go poorly, if they don't survive a situation. But before, of course, it was, oh, how cute, or oh, you must like me then. But now it's even more devastating. Let's break up. Situational resort to using them. Think about my family. K-chan's face. Father's face. What? Wait, what? Now, of all times, in this situation, we're going to see this extremely rare glimpse into some of the more mysterious aspects of the president's past. Normally, this series is pretty delineated, I would say, between the more dramatic moments and the comedic moments. Not that there's some chapters that don't have both, but typically the comedic situations will kind of work themselves up into whatever sort of frenzy or calamity, and there'll be certain kind of signposts to indicate to you this is the emotional mode we're in. And of course, the president or Kaguya imagining the other one saying something dismissive like this, let's break up, is a perfect indicator that we're about to get into some really wacky comedy shenanigans. Likewise, the dramatic moments, usually before like the climax of them, they'll have quite a long run of pages where there isn't really any comedic moments, or they're just very kind of brief incidental comedic jokes and not something so, you know, kind of form defining as this kind of like, look at the silly facial expressions and stuff. But now, his mom leaving. I always thought his mom was probably dead, but she left. Left with another sibling, it looks like. Unless this is K-chan, and K-chan eventually came back as well. Holy crap. It's not that I hate Dad. People don't always stay in love. Oh my god. What? And that's it. That's like one scene. We got one glimpse of his mother's face. And then right back to Fujiwara-san and her boisterous fake confession. Oh! Oh man. He's just crying. And Kaguya acting like she understands. Sasuga president. I don't know what the heck she thinks is going on, but at least she's like happy with it. What I'd like to see is the president confined in Kaguya. This is why I was crying. This is a part of me that you don't know about. I think that would really, really help her. But it would take a lot for him to do that, because his whole struggle is, of course, that he wants to present the absolute best possible version of himself at all times. He doesn't want to let Kaguya see any signs of weakness. He wants to measure up to her as a human being. And slowly, slowly, he's kind of getting around this, and he's seen firsthand from Kaguya that you have to kind of let all versions of yourself out. But something like this, I feel like his perspective is like, oh, I've gotten away with this one. She doesn't know anything about my whole issues with my mother and that history. So I just never have to say anything about it. Like it's just gone. Ah, what the hell? Oh man. Kaguya wants to play with the president, of course. Whoa. Alright, we got just like in the last chapter where she was pranking them by talking about how her and the president have gone out together, how they've been dating for months now. Here, or I guess just weeks. Here, she gets to confess to him again in front of everybody. Oh, why are you guys so embarrassed to Kaguya about me? But come on. Can't you see there's something going on here? Here we have a Chinese sound effect. Like, down, sweet, heart, and then the thing that shows up all the time in JoJo's. in the Duang scans. So I don't know what that means. Yeah, because this is retranslated from the Chinese RAWs. Which is, a little suspect. Maybe we should have waited for Jimini's box, but I haven't noticed anything in this chapter that I've been, like, confused by. You're so aggressive, even in front of everyone. Did something awaken in you, Shinomiya? I win. It's quite enjoyable. Okay. So, what the heck is up with this chapter? It's like a completely classic setup for this series. Chika-chan introducing this embarrassing I love you game. They play it in all sorts of different permutations. There's wacky reactions. There's a bit of a crisis of, oh my gosh, how I'm going to handle this. And Kaguya is right here. This is kind of what gives the edge to the premise. But then, right in the middle of all of that, like right deep into it, for just 2 pages, a huge revelation about one of the main characters, a hugely emotional moment for him as well. Something really revealing about the innermost depths of his character. For just 2 pages. And then right back to the regularly scheduled nonsense. What is going on here? And then, like, a page like this is the page where Kaguya confesses to him as part of the joke. I really like you. Is so beautiful and tender and sentimental and really, I think, emphasizes the happiness that comes on the other side of the drama that this series does so expertly, in moments of greatest angst, something beautiful like this kind of blossoms. But the 2 moments are like very unrelated. And even though we see the president's thoughts later, they don't relate back to this flashback with his mother at all. So it's really weird. It's like just this one little glimpse, and the door closes again, and we're left just with questions. What's going on? What? This is crazy. Okay. All right. A very good chapter. Very, very intriguing. Setting up another future arc. Just as Kaguya, eventually we're going to have to reckon with her family. Someday we're going to have to reckon with the president's history as well. Okay. Alright, sure. This is all the fonts they used. It's kind of cool. Alright, yeah, we'll look forward to another chapter. Bye-bye for now.